The Prime Minister Scott Morrison faces a tough battle in the polls later this year and has been hard at work campaigning alongside his wife Jenny. During an interview with 60 Minutes last night, Jenny Morrison gave her take on some controversial moments during her husband's time in office, including that frosty exchange at the Lodge with the former Australian of the Year, Grace Tame. Nour Haydar's at Parliament House for us this morning. Nour, good morning. Mrs Morrison says she's disappointed with Grace Tame.
Yeah, good morning, Michael. Well, it's not uncommon for politicians to participate in these sort of staged interviews or profiles, particularly at this point of an election cycle. You could say that last night's interview was an attempt by the Prime Minister to rehabilitate his image or reputation, given the government is lagging in the polls. And we saw the Prime Minister playing the ukulele and cooking curry, but it was his wife, Jenny Morrison, that took centre stage during the interview, and she acknowledged that the family's holiday to Hawaii during the 2020 catastrophic bushfires was a bad look, and she said that she's sorry for disappointing people. She also said that she felt sick to her stomach when those damaging texts were leaked earlier this month, describing the Prime Minister as a complete psycho. And she also addressed that interaction between the Prime Minister and former Australian of the Year, Grace Tame, that took place at the Lodge last month. And Mrs Morrison described it as disappointing, and she suggested that Miss Tame, who is a survivor of child sexual abuse, should have been more polite when arriving at the Lodge. Take a listen to what she had to say.
I just found it a little bit disappointing because we'll welcome you in our home. I respect people that, want to change things, stand up for their beliefs and are strong, but I still think there's manners and respect. I want my daughters to grow up to be fierce, strong, independent, amazing people. And I think they can still do that and show kindness to other people and be polite and have manners.
Jenny Morrison on 60 Minutes, and the government, Nour, is meanwhile attempting to pivot the conversation to the economy.
Yeah, it's been a messy fortnight for the coalition, with those damaging texts against the Prime Minister, leaks from Cabinet, and the defeat of the government's religious discrimination bill. And today we've seen a new survey showing that confidence in the federal government has fallen to its lowest level since those bushfires back in 2019-2020. This study by ANU shows that only 1/3 of Australians have a lot of confidence in the federal government. So I guess it's not surprising that the federal government is attempting to pivot the conversation to more comfortable territory, that is the economy. Today, the Treasurer, Josh Frydenberg, has been out this morning saying that young women are better off under the government's tax cuts. According to analysis released by Treasury, the amount of tax paid by women under the age of 24 has declined by more than 20%. The Treasurer has also this morning refused to sort of comment on where the government's standing in relation to these low and middle income tax offsets. Now, he says that the government hasn't yet made a decision whether that tax break will be extended next financial year. Of course, the budget is only some weeks away. Take a listen to what he had to say.
We haven't made a decision about the low and middle income tax offset, but we have legislated significant structural reform, as well as bringing forward stage 2 of the tax cuts, and that is already seeing money roll out into people's pockets, particularly, as you said at the top of the program, for young people and for young women.
The Treasurer, Josh Frydenberg. Nour, thank you.